Building your family empire, one class at a time.
Building your family empire, one class at a time.
You have to speak up.
Huh?
So you're gonna have to speak up.
Okay. It's not loud enough?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm hoping it didn't catch me on this great Android phone microphone. You know what I'm saying? Android is the way to go.
Well, let me make sure my finger's not covering the microphone. How about that?
Oh my gosh. So my wife and I are taking this class together today. We've taken other classes together too when it comes to building a business. It's important to me, and it has to be important to you as well when it comes to you building a business, starting a business, sustaining a business, to have your family evolve, because it's going to affect them. There's going to be sacrifices that you have to make. So those sacrifices will also affect your family. They'll affect your marriage. They'll affect your children. They'll affect your income. They'll affect where you stay, how you live. All those things are affected when it comes to building a business. Just like, also too, when you get a job, when you make a job decision that you're gonna apply for a job or accept a job, it affects the family. So the same thing when you're building a business, it affects the family. So your family has to be, and when I say family, I'm talking about your immediate family, not necessarily your cousins and your aunts and uncles. I'm talking about your immediate family, those who live in the household with you. It's going to affect them some kind of way. So it's good to have everybody kind of on board, everyone kind of know what you're going to be doing when it comes to starting the business, and let them know how it's going to affect them, and if they're going to be a part of it, like we're doing. We're building businesses, creating businesses so that we can actually hand them over to our children. We want them to know as early as we can, this business is for you, it affects you this way. It's going to be you're going to be able to do this, do that. You're going to have to put in on this. It's going to be something that you have to teach them how to manage money, teach them how to hire and fire employees, teach them how to actually begin to do vendor selection, build a relationship with vendors, build relationships with their community, build relationships with those who are supplying the business, as well as those who are going to be, you're going to be serving the businesses, so your customers as well. So all those type of things you have to teach them, and they have to be participants on when it comes to building your business. So my wife and I, say all of that, my wife and I are actually going to another business class today on this morning, to kind of give us some more insight on how we can better do those things, so that as much as we learn, we also teach. So it's good if you're married, if your spouse will go with you to some of these classes that you attend, so that y'all will kind of get the same information at the same time. Also too, like if you miss something, your spouse might pick it up. If your spouse missed something, you might pick it up. So it really gives what's the word I want to say? It gives you
you have a second set of eyes.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there are things where I'm a note taker. I'm the type of learner where I have to write things down for me to grasp it. Jay, he's a note taker, but he can catch things a little bit when they're said a little bit.
Memory.
His memory. He's a memory guy. He can catch it a little bit faster than I, as far as memory. I have to write it down. He doesn't like paper. He doesn't write very.
I'll take pictures and stuff.
Yeah, So there are things that I'll catch that I'll see from a different perspective than he will. And so, we just bounce those ideas off of one another. So, and there are times where he'll be like, "Did you get that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got it. I wrote it down." So it's good to if being in a business with your spouse is something that you guys are wanting to do, or something that you have a passion to do, I would suggest that you definitely go together so that you can have the classes together. I always say this, that I'm a movement by myself, but we're a force when we're together.
But see, I think it's better. You have to get the family. To me, I think you have to get the family involved because of the fact that it's going to affect them so much. You trying to do a business or run a business or start a business by yourself, and your spouse or your children have nobody's involved at all.
Right.
It weighs on the family because while you're trying to go to network meetings, you're trying to build a customer base, while you're trying to market, while you're trying to start off and things of that nature, and you're doing all those things by yourself, it affects your family, and so your family has to be on board with you. So I think it's better that you go to classes and do things together, take a lesson or whatever, listen to a video, whatever, together. I mean, maybe not everything, but there's something you need to do together in order for it to be as effective, the best effective measure, because it's going to affect the family no matter what.
Well, let me also say this. You may not be the entrepreneur in the family, and I'm saying you, whether you be the male or you be the female, but your spouse may be. And it's important for you to give your spouse that support. If your spouse decides that they want to open up a business, and of course it depends on what type of business it is, but you have to have that spousal support. You have to be all in, even if you know sometimes you can't see it. I think it's very important that number one, when my husband met me, I already had an entrepreneur mindset, and that was one of the things that attracted him to me. Number two, I've always been a go-getter, and that's another thing that he said that attracted him to me. But I think that the fact that he also has an entrepreneur mindset, it makes it a lot better. But let's say he did it and it was just me, I know that for a fact I'm gonna have the support of my husband. My husband has been in corporate America for how many years now?
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years. And I'm just like, let's just go. Let's just jump out on faith and let's just start this business. He's like, well, let's just
It's my side hustle.
Yeah. So, to him, yeah, it's his high hustle. But for me, I'm like, no, let's just, jump right in. Let's just do it. Because that's something that I'm used to, something that I've always done as far as a business owner. So with that being said, I had to wait for him to get to the point where he was ready to jump in with me. I couldn't jump in by myself. Because we decided we were going to do this together. So I just couldn't go off on my own and say, okay, well, let me just go ahead and start this business. And then when you get ready, you decide, you just come on in. No, it doesn't work like that. We're one, and every decision that we make, it needs to be made collectively as a unit. And so I wanted to make sure that he was ready. And don't get it twisted. I was asking, are you ready? Did you think about it? I didn't hound him, but I did give him that space to be able to get to the point where he was ready, because if he's not ready and he jumps in, then that means we're not going to be ready. So I had to wait till he got to the point where he was ready to be like, all right, babe, I'm all in. Let's hit it. Let's go. I'm going to support him in whatever business venture he has. He's going to support me in whatever business venture I have. And we talk about it. We figure out if it's for us, not for the individual. We figure out if it's for us.
I take that back. Now, you started talking about you want to do T-shirts. I wasn't with the T-shirt.
Okay, he wasn't with the T-shirts.
I wasn't with the T-shirts. I wasn't running no T-shirts in my shop through my garage.
I wasn't trying to run a T-shirt shop through the garage.
Sweatshop.
That's not what I was trying to do. That's not what I was trying to do.
I wasn't down with that.
That's not what I was trying to do. I was gonna do the shirts, but they were not gonna be a sweatshop out of our garage. It's not what I was gonna do. But I'm still doing the shirts. So hey. So we're still working on the children's clothing line, Christian clothing line for the kids.
If we get it has to be a manufacturer.
Babe, we talked about that already.
Doctor, I'm not trying to.
We discussed that.
Have no print machine up in the house. Okay, keep going up. I digress. Let's keep going.
Thank you. So I say all this to say, make sure that you guys are on the same page when it comes to starting a business, and working with your spouse in the business aspect and being married to your spouse. It is a challenge because you have to separate the personal from the business. I can't look at him and be like, well, I can't bring something to him, and if he doesn't agree about it, and I see you giving me that look in the camera, if he doesn't agree about it, I can't go into wife mode and be like, well, I'm your wife, you're supposed to support me. We're business partners. So there are some times where I have to take the wife hat off with him and put the business hat on, the business partner hat on,
When you
and
took
be like,
the white hat
babe, I have. Don't trip.
Dude,
don't play.
You're not, ma'am,
Sir.
ma'am. You don't take the wife hat off. You have never taken the wife hat off. You're a wife first. You've never done that.
Babe.
Okay, but I digress.
In conversations.
I digress.
Okay.
Let's keep going.
Time out. No, for real. Time out. Yes, I am always a wife, but women wear many hats, as men wear many hats. But what I'm saying is, in conversation, when we talking about business, it's not that I'm not your wife. It's just that I'm in business mode. I'm not in wife mode.
Okay.
So my conversation is in business mode. What can we do to get this? How can we meet XYZ? You know what I'm saying? How can we take care of ABC? So I'm not in wife mode. I'm in business mindset mode. So that's what I mean by that.
All right.
Silly goose.
I just think that is, really just to make sure that it's best to have everybody on board.
Mm-hmm.
It just to me, it's a better thing to have everybody on board. So
yeah, it is.
And that's what everything you do. I was listening to Dave Ramsey, and he was talking about how people go through his Financial Peace University, and he said that a lot of times marriages actually get better because they start communicating better, opening up about their finances and what their thought process on those type of things. And so running a business, especially doing it with your family, also is a way to help improve your communication, so that you'll be able to really talk things out, and so other things come up, like how you raise your children, how you love one another, those languages that you have for loving one another. All of different things come out when it comes to even starting a business or running a business, because again, you're communicating, and if you can get your communication down in a marriage, man, you can do some amazing things.
Yeah.
You can do some amazing things.
Communication is key, and I think that's what a lot of couples may falter when it comes to getting a business together, is that they lack communication. And I'm going to be transparent with you. When it comes to business, I'm a great communicator, because that's my first, I won't say first, but when it comes to business, I can communicate what my goals are, what I want. I can execute them.
Yeah, when it comes to your business, you know exactly what you want.
Yeah. When it comes to communicating in the marriage, my feelings are involved. Therefore, it's an emotional attachment.
The emotions.
And so it becomes a little bit more difficult. You know what I'm saying? So, but the good part about it is that
emotion make you cry sometimes.
The good part about it is that I can take that communication from being in business onto my marriage, and I'm learning how to take my emotions out of the marriage part when we're communicating, because that's a characteristics in business that I have. Because honestly, some of you may disagree with me, and this is just my opinion. Everyone has one. Marriage can sometimes feel like a business.
Come on.
Okay?
Girl, you preaching. You's preaching.
I'm not trying to preach.
You preaching.
But sometimes marriage can
is a business.
Like a business.
Listen,
because there's
Linda.
a supply and there's
Linda.
demand.
Listen, Linda.
And so there's a demand for a lot of things in marriage, and there are things that you have to supply in the marriage.
Linda.
And the business is the same way. You just have to look at it from a different aspect.
Listen,
Linda. If you don't think that you're an entrepreneur or a boss and you're married, you're sadly mistaken. If you can operate in a marriage, you can operate a business.
Girl, flesh and blood did not reveal that to you. I'm telling you right now, that was the Lord. Yes. Yeah, I'm ready to have off the call. Come on, somebody. Because marriage is, as much as a love decision, it's a business decision.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! I'm getting happy.
You getting happy?
I'm getting happy.
You make sure you park this thing right with all this beeping noise.
I'm ready to preach.
So I just want to let you guys know, it can be done.
Lord.
It can be done.
I know the Lord.
It can be done. It definitely can be done. But we're about to go into this marketing class. Stop singing, babe. The red light is on, Spade. When the red light comes on, you stop.
Girl, I know how to drive this. I've been driving this before.
You're about to wreck my truck. We're about to go into this marketing class. We're always taking classes. Sometimes we take them separately. Sometimes we take them together. But majority of the time we take them together.
Hey, before we get off, I do want to also put out there that we're also having our own small business marketing class on October 13th at 1 p.m. I will leave after we do this video. I'll leave the registration for that class inside of this description, so that you'll be able to register for that class. It's our fourth part, which is our final part of our 4-part entrepreneurship training that we're doing. You do not want to miss this class. It's going to be great. So I'll make sure we put that in the description after this video.
And listen, the Robinsons want y'all to win. Let's make that very clear. We want you to win. Whether it's you winning as a single person or you're winning in a marriage. But if you're in a marriage and you're getting into business with your spouse, we want you to win.
I want you to repeat that again, though. When you get into marriage, you are getting into business with your spouse.
No, that's not what I said.
Huh?
That's not what I said.
Marriage is a business.
That's not what I said.
I'm gonna do a video that says marriage is a business.
It simulates a business.
I felt that in my spirit.
Okay. We're sounding off. We're gonna go to the class because it started 2 minutes ago. So we will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.
For that revelation.